and welcome to Drip Drops. Again, this is Lloyd and Darlington. We are doing the final milestone today for the Drip Drops open source voting proposal from Fund 9. The goal of this proposal was to create an open source version of our voting tool that we have used on our system that was also used for the Catalyst Circle vote for V4 and was used to do the initial vote on Drip Drops that did all of our governance that we did for Drip Drops. So now the tool is open to the whole community. And I've got Darlington here with me today, and Darlington's going to actually show us how to deploy the tool for your own use. Now, to get started, I want to make sure everybody understands you still have to do sort of all the basics. You have to have a domain, you have to have SSL certificates, you have to have an environment that you can use Docker in. So as long as you have those things in place, everything we're about to show you is going to take it to the next step and deploy the open source voting tool to your own infrastructure. So Darlington, take it away, bud.
Sounds great. Hello again, Cardano community, Catalyst community. Let me share my screen here and demo this beautiful thing off.
And here we go.
Okay, so imagine you were to deploy this thing. Step one would be pulling down the repo. So that's just a basic git clone command. You pull down the repo, and the link to the repo will be posted. Once you pull down the repo, then we have some scripts to help you get going, get stuff installed. Those are documented in the repository, but there's a lot of make. There are a few make shortcuts. Make init is one of them. I believe, because I'm running it right now, let me just stop running it for a second. Right, and actually, let's just pull up the README here. Just walk through this. Right, step one, clone the repo. Step two, get into the repo. Step three, go ahead and copy your environment variable file. And so this environment variable file is where you can configure a lot of things. We are just going to take a look at the example file here to see all the different things you can configure. So for example, what Cardano network it will be running on. This uses Lucid backend. If you're going with the default deployment using the Docker Compose file that comes included, you don't have to change any of that. But if you have a different type of deployment, all of the different things you can customize will be in this environment file. Actually, let's see. What to do here is check out the domain. Right. So all the things you can customize will be in here, including when you launch this thing, it's got stuff like power by, created by, it's got attribution stuff in there. All of that is customizable. What logo you want to use in the UI is all customizable in that environment file. So let's go to the next step here. Once you have your environment file, you can run your init command. And this would pretty much spin up everything for you. So imagine if you're doing this you can do this on your local computer, or you can do this in like a DigitalOcean droplet, or a Linode, or a AWS machine. However, you choose to deploy this. If you go with the Docker Compose file route, you can just run this command and it will bring up the app and keep it running for you. At that point, you can start routing traffic to it. And that's what Lloyd said in the beginning. You still have to set up domain names and all that stuff. Now, we know that for some people, that's going to be a challenge. So we do have an opinionated way to deploy and ship this with heavy emphasis on the opinionated. So in the repository, we have gone ahead and included a Helm chart. If you're not familiar with Helm, it's a way to ship package package of applications. So an application that might have multiple services, like a website, a database, SSL certificate. We have included in the repository a Helm chart that if you happen to be using Kubernetes as your environment, and you happen to use GitLab as where you store your code, then you can just deploy this to your Kubernetes environment with zero effort. All you will have to do is set up your environment variable. Let's do this. So we have this database that I was already using. That because we were already using. I already had this set up before. There's all data in here. Let's just clear out the data and let's clear these out again. Okay. Wait, why did I compose down? Okay, there we go. Volume. There we go. So we are at 0. Again, we're going to run that same command. It should skip all the installation steps as before. And as Lloyd said, the only dependency you need is Docker. Once you have Docker, everything that happens inside of Docker. You don't need any additional dependency on the operating system itself. And then while that's running, I will just show you, let's see. I was saying this is all in the repo, so you can see if you are using Kubernetes, all of the things you will need to run this in a Kubernetes environment is included in here. Your wallet application backend, all of your SSL certificate, all the web stuff that you have to set up, right? It's all included in here. All you will have to do is just set up the secrets that it's needed in your GitLab interface, and it should just work. I will show you how long it takes to deploy this thing. If you are using GitLab, about 7 minutes. I think you saw, if you look at these timestamps here, we've got 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 7 minutes, 7 minutes. So yeah, this is how you ship this thing. You've got two options: Docker Compose. It runs everywhere. This is the Docker Compose file. It runs everywhere. And then if you happen to be using Kubernetes, there is a Helm chart for you to install it, also using Kubernetes. And we have shipped this to preview.openchainvote.com. And then we have a mainnet version at openchainvote.com. That's it. Pretty simple.
That's fantastic. Thanks, Darlington. This has been a cool experiment. This has been a lot of fun to go through and take something that was previously, our internal code base and move that idea into something that the whole community can use. And Darlington's been a huge help for getting that done and making that happen. So really appreciate your help there. And we're happy that we've been able to close out this project successfully, and we look forward to our Fund 10 proposals that have to do with the open source voting system. Those proposals are adding just more functionality to the open vote system. So we hope that you guys support that in Fund 10, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.